Hello friends. Today we'll see migration of application from .NET Core 2.2 to the latest version. So for this I'll be using the previous video or the code which I've created very long back. So I'll be using the same project to upgrade to the latest version. So this is a project. So I'm going to clone the same. It's taking time to open. Let me refresh once. Okay, I have to clone this. I clone this. Okay, I have the code. I'll just open. I'll go to the code, the folder, and I open the code in the Visual Studio Code. Okay, it's the same thing. I think you can check out and see it's written using .2.2 very long back. So now I will be upgrading this to latest code. Okay, to do that, so what we have to do is first we have to change this to 3.1. Okay, once that is done, as per 3.1 we don't need these things, as by default this come with the base package of that. Okay, you save this, and after you save, you have to run this so that the libraries whatever you are referencing in another classes, it will come, intelligence will help you to add that, otherwise it will not do that. So just once that is changed, it you just have to restore it. Okay, it's successfully restored. And just for your information, so I'm just listing whatever the framework I have in my system. I have the latest one, 3.1.6. So you can download the same from .NET Microsoft .NET Code download. You can Google it and you can download this is the latest one which is currently available right now. You can download from there and install this. Okay, so once this is done, we have restored it, and the next step is the major change we have to do is in the program files and in startup. So first we'll do in the program files. So we won't be needing all these things. So what I'll do is I'll just remove unnecessary things. Even this is also not required, but let's write this. So the upgrade what we see is, so from 3.1 onwards, so we won't be using web host builder. Instead we just use iHost builder. Okay, similarly here also we will not use web host, it is going to be iHost. Okay, and see automatically we got the intelligence, because after changing the framework in our project file and we have restored. If you don't do the restore, you will not get this. Okay, and you see this is not required anymore, so we will remove that. And it's just that we have to do different approach. So what I do is I just remove this code and host, and then we have to do use the configurable host. This is the syntax where it's required to make the code work. Okay, once that is done, then you have to do the similar startup what we had previously, and the file we had to give this as a similar same file what we have as a startup file. Okay, that's it. These are the code changes we have to do in program.cs. The next step we have to do is in the startup. Okay, in the startup file, what we have to do is, first thing is we don't need this, remove this. The other one is we have to write the controllers. In the services we had add the controllers thing. So okay, you add this, The next step is, now as I said, so we won't be knowing iHosting, so here we will use iWeb hosting. Hosting environment. Okay, once that is done, so it's needed another namespace where it will use this is what it is needed. Okay, we were added that. Once that is done, see the other step what we had to use in the 3.1, we shouldn't be using .mvc, we had to use routing. Okay, and once that is added, again we have to add one more uh, uh, section called use endpoints. Okay, this is the way the from 3.1 it identifies endpoints and where it would route. It automatically detects and goes to the according routes. Okay, and for this we have to add. Okay, these are the changes we have to do, and I will remove which are unnecessary, which is no more required, and these are the things we needed it, and that's it. And the one more thing we had to do is, I think in my very long back commit, I have missed this part to add the properties. This, it was there but I missed to commit it, so that's the reason I will be adding now. So I'll go back to the code. So I paste this, and basically nothing. That's in these settings we have the launch settings, how we have to run and all. So without this it will not, I mean you cannot see whether it is working or not. I mean basically the server, I mean the project is running or not. So that if we give the launch settings, so it will use the launch settings which one to use and all. Okay, .NET run. See, it is running. Open this. Okay, it's showing, it's not showing error because you're not calling the right endpoint. Because this is a API. This project is API. This is not an MVC. For your information, this project is API. Okay. I can get the product, but I don't have anything. But still, it will show us an empty. Just for information, I'm calling this. Yes. So we got the empty array. That means since we don't have anything, but if we add anything, we'll get this. Using the Postman, we can do the post and get similar things. I think this is a basic video. If you want to see that how to create a web API with a basic, please refer my the video. The link will be added in the description as well. Okay, I push the code with the branch 3.1. I mean, branch name is code 3.1. So if you want to get this code, so what you have to do is you have to go to the GitLab. I'll give the link. I'll give the link in the description. However, I'm just explaining how we can get that. So you have to go there, and once you go there, you can select 3.1. Okay, and then you can clone the code. So this way you'll get the 3.1 code changes, whereas if you go from the master, you would be getting the older code, that is 2.2 framework. Okay, I just want to add this also before I end the video. Okay, that's about this session, guys. Thank you. Bye.